What's going on, people? It's your man the YB back once again. So, you know, people, it's all been kicking off. Let's do the rundown here of all this cabal scams that we've been getting hit with as Eubank backers. The weigh-in. I've just did a video. I'm not going to cover it in depth, but essentially, watched that video. But essentially, people, it turns out the scales was rigged against Eubank. That's the first scam. Another scam that's come out is here. Eubank versus Benn will be in a smaller ring. Conor Benn and Eubank Jr. will fight in an 18-foot ring, which is smaller than the size normally used. The normal size is 20 foot by 20 foot. There's a trend here, people. Eubank gets scammed on the scales again. Go and watch that video. And then 2-2s, which is the purpose of this video, is the gloves. Crazy bias from the board. And for me, I don't even know what the board was. Like I said in my last video, I thought the board was some government organisation that's supposed to regulate. It's not. It's a private company, and it's starting to go. I don't see what the... You know when Eddie Hearn was getting backlash, oh, we might get another board to sanction it. That's why you can just go to another board, because they're just private companies. I don't know what their purpose is. They have no integrity. Their purpose is not to ensure integrity. It's to shill for the highest bidder. That's their job. That's why, until it was leaked, yeah? Until the Conor Benn versus Eubank one with the egg gate, until that leaked, the board was going with it. It was only when it went public, that's when the board acted like they were doing something. That fight was going to carry on. The same as Dillian Whyte when he fought Rivas. It happened, and then Anyway, let's cover this glove gate right now. So Conor Benn comes in and picks these gloves. I believe they're some sort of Everlast. They're not Everlast MX. Either way, they're Everlast of some sort. And then Eubank's team comes in and questions it. Here we go. Listen to the exchange. I can't play the video.
These are just foam filled, aren't they?
So Eubank's team says, he's putting the gloves on, saying, these are just foam filled, are they?
Don't feel like foam.
The gloves don't feel like foam.
They've got to have horsehair in them.
The regular gloves, yeah, but the contract is no horsehair. The contract doesn't take any difference to the box.
The contract says gloves that are approved by the British Boxing Board of Control. That's what it says.
The gloves are approved by the British Boxing Board of Control. Job done. You should have been here. They're done. They're done. These are your number ones. All right?
This is not okay. It's not okay. We specified all the way through that we don't want horsehair.
They haven't involved.
So he says, Team Eubank representative says, we've specified the whole way through, we don't want horsehair. These gloves in question that Conor Benn's picked have horsehair in. Now this plumber here, Frank, Eddie Hearn's jobber, he says, well, in the contract it says we're allowed to use any gloves sanctioned by the board. So there's going to be a dispute here between private contracts and what the board says. The board are just jobbers. What will count is, like we found out in the Whittaker versus Cameron situation, what's on the paper. If Team Eubank have got paper saying no horsehair, that's what will happen in the end. Anyway, it continues. And listen to the vibe from the board. The board are just shilling for Team Henn.
The Boxing Board of Control. And the Boxing Board of Control are the people who approve the gloves. Those gloves are approved. As these gloves are approved, and all these other gloves are approved.
But we made a big deal about it before we
You didn't
started
make it
this
with the
fight.
British Boxing Board of Control, did you? I don't know what contract you have or everything.
The contracts are, our contract is that the British Boxing Board of Control approve the gloves. If the gloves are approved by the British Boxing, as per every contract we've ever done around the world.
Those gloves are approved by the board.
Listen, it's going to be what it is, but that's not okay. It's not okay.
It's okay with us. Well, I accept your opinion, but we've approved the gloves already.
Yeah.
We'll see you all tomorrow.
Well, that's not the end of it. Then no, that Conor Benn's going to get some money off this contract. What? Yeah, you heard me.
Yeah?
Right.
You might need it.
Could you take the argument away somewhere else? Hey, gentlemen.
So it all kicks off at this point. You've got Eubank's advisor, that Majid dude, and Frank, Eddie Hearn's plumber.
Take the conversation away somewhere else.
Maz, I'm not scared of you.
Let's keep it. Mate, don't worry.
Prick.
Take the conversation away somewhere else.
Come on.
Goodbye.
Come on, sign.
Prick.
Sorry?
Yeah,
Just keep turning around and sign it. Come on, sign.
go.
Oh, come on, Frank. Eddie Hearn punched you up, man. Frank's giving it the big one. Oh, come outside. I mean, where's Eubank's team at? I'd go straight outside with Frank and spatter him all over the floor. Seriously. Why you got these plumbers on there for, man? Where's the heavies at? I'm not saying I'm a heavy. I'm a heavy to Frank, man. He'd get splattered all upside the place. Yeah? Eubank says to be crying, for sure. She'll be wearing black that day. There's no doubt about it, man. Never mind the fact we'll be going to a fucking funeral if I get in there with him. You best believe it.
Prick.
Sorry?
Yeah,
Just keep turning around and sign it. Come on, sign.
go.
Come on then.
Frank,
I'm not going to have a fight with
To
you.
organise this, we need to organise this.
off you go.
I'm respecting
Take
you.
it. Take care.
Can I have a conversation with you offline?
No, you can't. No.
So, Eubank's team says to the plumber, the BBBOC plumber, can we have a conversation? No, we can't. See you later. Tomorrow. Here, listen again.
Take it. Take care.
Can I have a conversation with you offline?
No, you can't. No.
But you were wrong last time.
No.
You were wrong last time in Carnbrook. Yes or no?
Excuse me, sir. We're done. Conversation is finished. Thank you very much.
You're wrong.
Goodbye.
You know you're wrong.
I'm not wrong.
You were wrong.
See, this is the problem again with private organisations who have the profit motive. Yeah? Governing bodies, we see it else as well, but governing bodies in my book should be completely based. No incentives. I'm here to ensure justice. So, a bit like the judicial system kind of thing. Obviously, there is elements of corruption there, but in general, the judge is supposed to sit there and be based. This Robert Smith dude should be, his job is there not to sit, no. He should be, what else are you doing there? Yeah? This dude is running defence for Team Hen. That's what he's doing. Running pure defence. No, we're not talking, mate. Sorry, see you later. Bosh. He's been paid, people. We implied it on the weight scale situation. And maybe, is he been paid? Is he not? At this point, it's undeniable. Eubank's team can't even have a conversation with the commissioner. Now, if they've got evidence that it's supposed to be no horsehair, the commissioner should be saying, if I was the commissioner, I'd be saying, listen, man, what evidence have you got? If you've got a contract to show me, or anything like that, any communications from Hearn's team agreeing, although it should really be in the contract, but I don't know who's doing this. I don't know who do these clown contracts. How did Eubank end it with a small ring? How did Eubank end it with a rehydration clause? Who's doing these contracts, man? Seriously. So if it's not in contracts, you can't like, if it's a gentleman's agreement, show me something. And I'll take that gentleman's agreement back to Hearn. Now again, how much that's worth in today's age, it's all about the contract. This dude, Eubank's, that Majid cat, he should be pulling the contract out saying, Robert, you plumber, yeah, no horsehair. Section B127 says no horsehair and no eggs. Yeah? That's what I'll be doing. I'll be bringing out the clause which stipulates no eggs and no horsehair gloves. And no moody scales. Anyway, here we go.
Wrong with Carnbrook? You said the same thing at Carnbrook. Did he change the gloves or not?
Excuse me, sir.
Do you want to get to that position tomorrow in the same?
I'm not discussing that matter here. I'm not discussing that matter here.
You did exactly the same with Carnbrook. You delayed half an hour.
I didn't delay.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, and it got changed in the end.
Excuse me, sir. Could you go away? Take care.
We're trying to solve this today rather than tomorrow, like you messed up last time. It's simple. It's simple.
Thank you. God bless you. Take care.
I mean, that Robert Smith, thank you, God bless you, take tomorrow. He's been paid, man. Yeah? People know when they've been paid. He knows he can't have no conversation about it because someone's put an envelope in his pocket. So there's no point in him talking to Eubank's teams. It's not going to happen. I've been paid now. Sorry. He's not even acting like an official. I used to think naively that the BBBOC was like about justice and or actually following stuff. They're just clowns. Look at this dude here. Puts his hands in the air. The commissioner... Where is this plumber? Can
I have a conversation with you offline?
No, you can't. No.
Look at this plumber here. No, you can't have a conversation. No. I can't hear you. Clown. Clown. The good news is Eubank's team does say, well, we had the same issue with Khan and Brook, and that ended up, oops, you got punked. So it might not be the be all and end all. And again, Eubank's team says, can we do this today before you look stupid again on fight night? And Robert Smith, obviously the check from Eddie Hearn's massive, and he's saying, no, we're not doing that. So yeah, and it also has to be said, in Robert Smith's defence, I have to tell the truth here, but in Robert Smith's defence, he does mention, you might not have heard it, but it happened, if you watch the video yourselves, he says, you should have been there. So Team Eubank, they turned up late for the weigh-in, and no one was there to check Conor Benn weighing in, and no one was there to check. Normally, both teams, we've seen it before, they have conflict. Oh no, you're not having them gloves. That's when we've seen it with Mayweather and Maidana. Loads of examples of it. No, there's always glove beef. But Team Eubank apparently didn't send no one to check the gloves or the scales. What are they doing? I get it, Eubank might be overweight or he's taking extra time, fine. You send a plumber. You send a jobber there just to make sure it's all legit. They were missing on both occasions, so it smells a bit like an inside job as well, to be honest. No one's really backing Eubank Jr., it seems like. If I was on Eubank Jr.'s team, yeah, and he was taking long with the weight, how many man do you think he had with him? He must have been 10 man deep there. I'd have said, hey man, I'll go, right? Let me pull up on these ops and make sure they're moving correctly. He doesn't need 15 people sitting around him. Someone needs to be there. That's much more important than 10 plumbers sitting there doing whatever they're doing. It's like, really? Bunch of clowns, man. Seriously. It's a clown show. Shocking. Unbelievable. On all parts. They're allowing Team Hearn to hit them with the okie doke. Yeah, if you'd have been there at the weight scales, you'd have been able to set it there and then. Not one man was there. If you had a problem with the gloves, you needed to be there and then. Knowing what Eubank knows these men are slime balls. How can you not set it up? If I know someone's a slime ball, I'm sitting there, I'm on them. So there's an element of they've got a part to play in this as well.
These are just foam filled, are they? Don't feel like foam. They've got to have horsehair in them. They've got
The regular gloves,
Yeah, but the contract says no
the contract doesn't take any difference to the
The
box.
contract says gloves that are approved by the British
British
Boxing
Boxing
Board
Board
of
of
Control.
Control. Those gloves are approved.
That's what it says in
The gloves are approved by the British Boxing Board of Control. Job done. You should have been here.
Ultimately, these
They're
gloves.
done.
There it goes. You should have been there at the meeting, he says.
The British Boxing Board of Control. Job done. You should have been here.
Ultimately, these
They're
gloves.
done.
You should have been there at the beginning or whatever the meeting, and they wasn't there. That is true, because there's a video of it. Conor Benn's trying his gloves on and picking them. Normally, from Team Eubank, who at that point contests it. No one was there. So it looks like a shambles on Eubank's behalf. Now I've given you all the scams. Let's run it down here. The ring size is a scam. The glove situation, a scam. Not that I'm actually against horsehair. I don't think it's the end of the world. But again, a contract's a contract, and what you've agreed to is what you agreed to. If Eubank agreed no horsehair, that should be the case. But who knows at this point in time? I don't mind horsehair. If he wants horsehair, I'll put the horsehair on. That's how I feel. But still, messy. The weight scale situation, messy. All around it's messy. Those are the three main scams. You've also got the rumours that Billy Joe's going to be doing, where's the leak? Here we go, here's the leak picture. Billy Joe's going to be checking, Conor Benn's requested Billy Joe to be checking Eubank's dressing hand wraps, causing more, whatever it is, irritation, for what that's worth. Now, before I get out of here, let's talk about my prediction for the fight. I'm going to show you what we're playing with here. My prediction for the fight, and thought it probably should change with all the scams going on, and that's another thing, in fact. We can only walk up to the present, and the trend is there's a whole bunch of Kabbalah scams going on. Point, we don't know the future, but look at Ben Chalong the other weekend. All you've got to do now, Fraser Clark versus Tete, Whittaker versus Cameron. We know, whatever you say about Conor Benn, he can't punch here, but he can bum rush. I don't think he knocked out Chris Algieri or one of them two. He just bum rushed him, got on him and slapped her. I think it was Algieri. He rushed on him and slapped around. The guy wasn't convulsing Sparko. It was kind of like a bum rushing. So I do have to say this, do not be shocked if we get hit with a bum rush, okie doke. They tested it out with Cameron versus Whittaker. They tested it out with Tete versus Clark last week. Bosh. Eubank goes in there. If he might not even have to stumble. If Conor Henning can get off 3 or 4 shots flush, the referee jump all in the video. Stop, knocked out. Sorry, I mean, there was 3 unanswered shots, so oops. And the worst thing is, the BBBOC being a private and corrupt organisation allegedly, they already say we don't change the results. The best we can do is give you a rematch. So once you get cucked, like George Groves versus Froch for example, you're cucked. Oops. It only takes one moody referee, and before, at least it used to be, well, you're not going to get a moody stoppage before round 6 or 7 or 8. Now you get a moody stoppage in round 1. No damage taken, no knockdowns. Ooh, busted. Like I said, that Whittaker Cameron was the test run. Let's see how early we can stop a fight, and because no one does nothing, Liam Cameron's sitting there, oh, thank you for stopping me in 1 round. There's no backlash, they've tested it ready for this one. So that is seriously, do not be shocked if there's a big cabal scam on this. And I think something like a stoppage, which don't make no sense. Yeah, at the same time, we can't gamble based on that. Maybe we can actually, maybe we should look at some action on Conor Henn in the first 3, to be honest. Let's have a look at the first 3 action. Conor in the first 3. It's about 13-1. I might put a little punt on that. I might put a little fiver on in the first 3, just to hedge for the Kabbalah scam. But I'll look into that. In fact, no, let me do it now. Yeah, so you can get Conor Benn actually. I've just checked on here. You can get Conor Benn at 16-1 for the first 3. That's what I might have to fix myself to do, you know. I might have to fix myself to put some action on that one, on the first 3 rounds for the Kabbalah scam. If you don't get it done in 3, he's going to get tired, and if Eubank gets into a rhythm, although I think, what's his name, did him in number 4. But I think the bum rush in the first 3 takes time to get adjusted to their speed and their timing and their style. Right, the first 4, the first 3, that's maybe a little bit of a hedge, but I can't speculate. You can't punch, man, bottom line. But it's going to be a scam. If I could bet on it being a scam, some form of scam somewhere, the bum rushing is the one that comes to mind. That's the only way Conor Benn wins. The bum rush. Oop, we hit you with 2 shots and you didn't answer back, so we stopped it. And all the cuckolds will say, oh, well, you know, it's better that he's safe. No. It's better he goes out on his back, man. That's what you're getting paid 10 million for. If I was getting paid 10 million, I'll tell you right now, people. Yeah? I'll tell you right now. If I was getting paid 10 million, I want it in the contract. I'm going out on my back, spark, or not at all. There's no referee about it. Forget about the referee, man. Do not stop this fight until I'm on my back for 10 million. I don't want to get cucked and bum rushed. Oh well, my name's Liam Cameron, and you know, I've made it really fun. Really? You happy with that? It's pathetic, man. Seriously, take me out on my back. Yeah? Take me out on my back. That's what I need to be done for $10 million. Don't be doing no Kabbalah scams on me. But this is the sport we're in. It's just all rigged everywhere. The referees are rigged. The judges are rigged. Everywhere you look, there's a big rigging. And that's the only chance Conor Henn has. A big rigging like the rest of it. The ring's small. The gloves are moody. The weight's moody. Here we are. Probably shouldn't bet on Eubank, but I think in a fair fight, with no scams, Eubank wins 9 times out of 10. And the 10% chance is the lucky Liam Smith shot kind of thing. Anyway, here's what we got up. It wasn't 80. I've got 50 quid on Eubank. And I think I've put a little bit of hedges on already. I thought I had more on Eubank. I need to check my other accounts, but assume it's that for now. I'm sure I put 80 on. I don't know where I got 80 from. But yeah, there's 50 on there. And I have done a bit of faffing around. I took Ben by decision as well because it was so wide. Ben by decision at 12-1. Put 7 quid on. It's a hedge, right? If he makes it there, and again, one scam could be the bum rush. Another scam could be Ben wins 4 rounds and gets a win. We've seen crazier things. I've seen Hamza Shiraz lose 10 rounds and get a draw. So Conor Benn winning 3 or 4 rounds and getting a win, crazier things have happened. And when you've got this level of rigging going on with the referees, the board, the judges, who knows? So at 12 to 1, it's worth a punt, putting a little bit on that outcome, Ben on points. But my gun to, Eubank wins is my base case. How the fight goes, Eubank's too big, too strong, man. He can jab his head off all night, which will probably be my advice for the first 6. Just get him on the end of the jab. Super narrow, super disciplined, straight shots, straight down the middle. None of that. Eubank likes to hook, uppercut, and then he throws too many shots at once and he's a bit all over the place. I wouldn't bother taking no risk, man. You can get fruity with it in the back straight when you've got your rhythm. Super kind of disciplined and conservative. There's no point, I've always said this, same as Liam Cameron. I was saying before that fight with Whittaker, there's no point trying to do too much early on. With these, I guess Cameron's slower than Eubank, but still, with guys who are quick, Ben's quick, but Eubank's quick too, but still, younger or whatever, there's no point trying to compete with them when they're pinging. Get into your rhythm. Hen's the one who's got to come in, get him on the end of the jab, and piece him up from the outside. He's going to be the one running at you look at Liam Chiniam's. Obviously, Liam Williams, he's probably on paper about the same level as Conor Benn, but Liam Williams was coming at him, he was just pinging him off, touching him up. Something like that is how I think it should go. Now, will Eubank get hit with a good shot and his ego gets dragged in and he starts having a tear up? Possible, but anything can happen in a tear up. That's not where Eubank's edge is. I know his ego's big and he probably feels like I can beat him anywhere, and he probably can beat him anywhere, but strategy. There's a time and place for everything. The first 6, conservative, keep him on the end. The last 6, once you're comfortable, when you're sparring or fighting, I feel like I can know when someone's okay. I've felt their hardest shot now. They're on the decline. And or you get a measure for their power. You think, this guy could hit me right on the chin, it wouldn't do nothing, it'd bounce off. I don't believe you can ever know that in the first 4 rounds. Normally it's around round 6, some people peak. And then it's downhill for them. That's when you want to start getting experimental with it. But what do I know? Probably nothing. So don't take my word. In terms of stoppages, I've probably got this going points, I've probably got this fight going to points. That's why I like the Conor Benn at 12 to 1. 12 to 1 on points. Or Eubank to win. I like this fight going points, to be honest. No one's going to want to get knocked out in there. So unless someone can hit someone clean, I think both fighters are fit enough. Normally stoppages come in latter rounds when someone isn't fit. Both fighters are fit enough. You're going to need to proper whack them on the side of their head and clip them. That tends to be less likely. Although, who have we seen? Oh, let's think about it. When you watch people like Virgil Ortiz versus Madrimov, no knockout. Hen's not a big puncher. He don't knock no one out. So it's Eubank wins. Eubank wins on points. Eubank wins by stoppages. Take it out however you want it, man. But the lucky shot is a risk. The lucky shot, the judge scam, and the referee scam. Those are how Conor Benn wins. He bum rushes, he gets a robbery decision, or he clips him with a lucky shot. If Conor Benn goes in there, and gives Eubank a boxing lesson and just is all over him and butchering him, fair play to him. I see zero chance of that. Anyway, exciting times. Let's see how it plays out, people. Let me know your thoughts. Smash the like button, subscribe, like with the bell, 100%. There's no doubt about this one. People stop it. Bye.